The criminal charges are going to be expended against the male police officer and against the female police officer. Therefore, against two, the criminal charges are going to expand. I got this 4 hours of sleep, and I got to think about the whole thing, about really what went on yesterday. Let me explain to you in details about what exactly went on yesterday. You can see here the borders of the city of the Novo Mesto, in which they also included the Krka. I don't know when the hell was this done. Probably in 80s maybe, or something like that. I don't know. This was always considered as a village. But here it is. And I'm going to start later. This is exactly what happened here. In this case here. There you go. That's exactly what happened. This here, this location here, whatever might be that whatever took place yesterday, this was already not only investigated by the criminals from Novo Mesto police station, various criminals, management, everybody investigated this stuff, but this is not so. What matters is that they created an effect. It's an effect that is like this. Gonna put like this. I had a reason to be concerned about that. Maybe, I don't know what was it. This is not what the car was. The car was an older car. It was just an older car, some kind of car like that, but older car, which also was implicated in crime. It's very important, this vehicle, which license plate, however, I have not taken. I have not taken a license plate of this vehicle, but basically this exactly is what took place. Let me explain to you what exactly took place. It's an effect like this that you would be using if you want to drive somebody insane. When I was walking here on this road, there was a first vehicle that traveled along this road here, and as I was walking, I realized the car was very loud. This is a special effect which this female was demonstrated in front of me by the neighbor Metod Jerman, by the investigators, and by the management from the Novo Mesto police station. So you have one loud car that goes, and then you have one car, and fairly fast, and then you have another car, which is like a Renault, very silent car, and they started to complain to Macron about this stuff, which was very silent. And as this car came from behind and was very silent, I did not hear one. However, I noticed it because I observed the distance of this car that was so silent. This is a van. That car was not taking its side, but was taking its side like that. So he was not taking his side. I noticed him that was not exactly in the middle of the road, but he was also not exactly minding his business He might say just as the other car, yes, but the other car was loud enough for me to even turn myself around and see that car. And overall, I think that this Renault, I'm going to demonstrate you, was faster than the car up front. This car was nothing slow when it came behind this black car. And this was exactly the car that belongs to this guy. This is what police rehearsed over and over and over during MK Ultra by using other cars also. And exactly in this portion of the road to which Metod Yerman, my neighbor, also investigator, referred to as schizophrenia. Scaring me with the cars like this during MK Ultra was a schizophrenia. This is the way it was. So they were, I'm not going to say they were creating some kind of a brain errors or something like that, but it definitely had probably a certain degree of impact on me, especially because of, I wanted to mind my own business, but then very shortly after this, I realized that this guy is actually going to his property. You know what I mean? When I realized that he is going to his property, and then I wanted to warn him about this stuff. This is inappropriate driving. Giving him a warning, don't drive in the middle of the road, it was in fact appropriate warning. People do that. People do drive in the middle of the road. They don't mind their business on this village. Not only on this portion of the road, which is very narrow here, but also on other portion of the road, which is much wider. So did he commit a criminal act? Absolutely. He absolutely did commit a criminal act. And another criminal act he committed is what a female police officer referred to as the sign language, the way he communicated with me when I came in front of his house. I did not step on his property. It was established that I still have ability to step even on where it's a little bit blue, exactly as I was told where the Clio is, where the tires from the Clio are. If you go any further, his own father told me, and then you are at fault. He was giving me this dismissal sign like fuck off, basically, like fuck off, just fuck off. Which also he was doing during MK Ultra. The female police officer literally signed for the crime based on the contract, based on the police contract, which police had with Illuminatis, which granted in writing, literally in writing, the police officer were literally reading this contract. Contract stated in writing that as long as the person, in this case, as long as the crime, a technical crime is not committed, anything can be done. So you can brainwash the person on a certain issue, and as long as the crime, technically the crime was not committed, it's all good. It's not a problem. And so once she observed during a rehearsal of this crime in 2012, 2013 it was, once they threw me into the psychiatric hospital, this female who previously, she flirted with me, she decided that she's going to sign up for a schizophrenia. It did not stop there. The female police officer demanded from me to see a police torture as a mental illness. So it's not going to be financial fine. It's going to be for all three of them the most severe criminal sentences, because I consider this to be attempt to get me killed. This was an assassination attempt. The judge who was here, the female judge who was here inside his house, explained everybody who were involved in this, that they were talking about the financial fines like that. To me, in front of them, she explained them. However, it could prove fatal for him. She wanted to make sure that they understand that what they are doing is indifferent from assassination attempt. So the three of them, the three police officers, the male police officers have seen this stuff already before. He was looking for accomplice. A Serbian guy was a Serbian police officer, have seen this stuff before already, and was looking for obviously a female accomplice, the one that would also give her expertise probably to the report. So the female police officer literally demanded from me to see myself as mentally ill, as a mental patient. She introduced me to, when situation took place, was right next to me and demanded from me, joked up to estimate whether it was the car, how further away was from the other side, did he have a clearance and stuff like that. And what I stated to her during MK Ultra was that the car was okay, it was all good. Nothing is good, nothing is okay. You planted this incident. I'm going to even say the velocity of the vehicle was inappropriate. Everything was inappropriate, especially because the driver rehearsed this crime time and again, not only on me, but as he stated, also on other people, and it always works. There was other people, apparently is what he told me, that he dismissed them, basically, fuck off them, that he is just not going to argue with the people, that he's just not going to, that's what he claimed in front of his driveway, in front of the police investigator, that he's just tired of, so what he does is he just fuck off, basically fuck off. So the three of you are going to be charged with a crime. We're going to expand this stuff. No, nothing is okay. If pedestrian law stipulates, if pedestrian is not aware of your presence on the road, you are required to either use a siren or to alert with a horn individual, or whatever the case might be. Especially reduce the speed, adjust the speed to the proper speed so the pedestrian is aware of your presence. They complain about this issue to Emmanuel Macron. This was a vehicle that was supposedly so quiet, etc., etc. Not really. This is just the way they did it. They rehearsed this shit over and over and over again and make sure they would agitate me, based on which they follow up, even with what was assault battery. You see, the police counted. His father stated, let me demonstrate you. Nothing is okay. Nothing is okay. The video is not here, and you cannot see anything from that video, but you can see the video. From the video you can see right here, which I video recorded. Oh, that's not exactly right. I'm gonna go here. They did have a car, a white Clio, whatever that was, and it was parked.
Hey, we're gonna take a little
with a father giving me in and out about up to where I can go on a driveway before being guilty. I did not even go to his driveway or anything like that. So that's what that crime was based upon.
I'm happy about this family was involved in a lot of MK Ultra.
I'm not gonna go use this one here. This is the right one.
I did not make a step out of here. The guy came back.
During MK Ultra, they made an agreement that I still have the right. You see where the car is? Up to there, I can still legally go because you have the right to go, even if there is no place that's otherwise. On both sides, it was determined that up to the car, where you see the tires, you still have legally right to, because it's a legal right dedicated to you. Because it's possible to move yourself out of the road, on that part of the road that you see right there, and therefore you still have the right to step up to there to talk to the individual. That's exactly what it was determined. So he committed assault and a battery. I distanced myself, and it wasn't enough what he did. He stalked and committed assault and battery. So yes, there will be a criminal charges pressed, but also and foremost against the two police officers. One police officer with a Serbian last name, and a second police officer, a Slovenian female, that was so voracious that just believed that psychiatry is everything, and through psychiatry anything you can do to a person like that. I am not going to end the story here, not the story, but exactly what took place yesterday. When police came, there was a van that was moving around, Veseljak, whatever that was, involved in it. There is, this time was rehearsed time and again. It wasn't once. This is a yard where the children go to play. Not only children, but also adults. They go there and they go to play soccer, football, whatever they do. I don't know. I never go there. Only during MK Ultra they would deliver me there. And there is another thing. The motorbikes, you heard the motorbikes. They all participated in this stuff, the motorcycle. When you see the motorcycle is already too late for you. A van was right here, a white van was backing, going in reverse. It was psychiatrist Peter Kapsch who hired that individual for the job. He literally hired people. Whenever there will be an incident, if there will be something, he observed if I could observe anything. And as soon as he observed that I observed the van or whatever, he suggested that the van is backing, going in a reverse, and that means that's already too late for you. They were playing with anxiety. Okay, and that exactly meets description of a female police officer viewing me as a mental patient. So, yeah, this stuff that was done was even rehearsed with a black vehicle which was driving in front of it. They summoned, and I'm going to tell you this on the camera, they literally summoned Emmanuel Macron because it's a Renault car. Because it's a Renault car. If this is not sick, I don't know what sick is. They literally summoned Emmanuel Macron and complained to him that the car is too silent. That the car is too silent. Slovenian police, that he made the car that is too silent. Emmanuel Macron, they complained him. Nobody agreed with this scum from Slovenian Novo Mesto, exactly contrary to what they suggested, that the car is too silent. Police told them, if you're gonna go stalk him, even physically, and assault him, which the guy came, throw himself in with the chest. It's not, that you would go, that you would push, but he like hit with his chest. And it's something also, he was making a deal during MKUltra. He was talking about that stuff, that he will not push me, but he will hit me with the chest. While getting his hands, he was making moves that he's gonna, punch me. not moves like this up, but he, again, very technical, kept like this, hands to himself, to his body, that he's gonna, I was doing like this, you know. That's exactly what we're gonna go by. Everything rehearsed during MK Ultra, and so the charges are gonna be expended in the police station directly on a female police officer especially. I found that to be in particular rotten. And male police officer too, but the female was really rotten. She was, she just, whatever it was stated on Illuminati contract, she didn't care. So they gave them rules, regulations on how they can create specific crime based on which they acted. So that's how we're gonna do that stuff. No, this is the stuff that just doesn't come to you. I was tired yesterday. I was at the father and stuff, and as I was heading out is when I was drained already a lot, and I remember the guy's involvement in MK Ultra, his, you know, ways, his attitude toward me, and you know, you don't need to go out there, terrorize, scare people with a car based on MK Ultra scenario, based on the stuff. You don't have to do that kind of stuff. Target individual to a meter exact. The individual, based on MK Ultra, he alone stated, would, on a day of such incident, would not even be, was talking to me about some friends and relatives or whatever. He not supposed to, not that I would know that this guy would have relatives, but maybe he has relatives in the village, not to my knowledge. These people are from elsewhere, so just should he would even move in the area in a day, on a day when this would, therefore, like he would be going like through the village or something like that, I don't know, buying eggs or whatever. It doesn't matter whatever he was doing. He was right there in a specific part of the road. Already the stuff that he will try to explain to police, this is the most narrow part of the road, explains that this individual targeted. The way the whole thing started, and I did not tell the whole thing, the way the whole thing started was through this incident here, which commenced right here in front of our residence. Right at the exit, exit of our house here. As I walk out here from the home, exactly the way you see it. As I came out, I was going like this, and obviously toward this direction. Therefore, something like this. Hopefully, the arrow you can see. I was going to go like this on the other side of the road. I always go across the road to this side of the road. However, the incident started with a neighbor, with a female, with whom I flirted a lot. She had a Renault Megane. And older model, and she was making a left turn right here, where you see the X, into the street over there behind our house. And what's interesting is she slowed down. This is also very narrow here. She slowed down and practically blocked me with her vehicle from having the ability, having the capacity to go across to this side here. This was the first thing that happened when I came out. This stuff was based on MK Ultra scenario. When I was trying to go past her, because her car was parked right here, when I was trying to go past her through here, because I didn't know what the hell went on. I haven't seen any motorcycle, absolutely anything. She just stopped there. And I was like, what the fuck? I was contemplated on going even here. I realized that there is a motorbike, a motorcycle approaching to her vehicle. I changed my mind and I went even a little bit backwards to correct myself to proceed on the other side of the road. And you have one heavy motorcycle, one of those very light motorcycles. That's interesting because motorcycle you can also put into neutral, right? And you're not going to hear one even if it's very loud motorcycle. And this was not to screw me up, the two of them. This was to remind me of loud and silent issue. This girl liked me a lot, this girl. Whoever this girl is, I only met her during MK Ultra. I liked her too. So that's what this shit was about. It started right here at the entrance. No, not the entire village, but the entire fucking city knew about this crime in making. Police was making. Everybody knew about these crimes police was making. A game. It's called a game. So this is no fucking game because I could get killed at any time. In fact, they told me, come to the police station. That's where you're going to be arrested and that kind of stuff. They play with anxiety. And on October the 30th, 2024, when I did stop at the police station to complain against the police director and against the police station, eventually they did serve me with an ambulance vehicle through which they contemplated on transporting me to the psychiatric hospital Ljubljana Polje. So the three of you are going to be charged, and I will insist on charges clearly which involved torture and also assassination, a murder attempt. Just as the judge explained inside of this house, inside of this kitchen, what you're doing to me, the stuff that you continue to do to me. She was sure that once you're thrown into the psychiatric hospital, you're labeled as insane and your word is as good as no word. Wow. But the most of the people, it is because they give up. That's how it is. I don't have anything else to say other than to take a date and time. This was an old, I don't know what model was this. Very old Peugeot SUV. It was loud. You can hear him. And so therefore you move away. And not even he was driving on, like I described right here. Not even he was exactly going like this or something like that. Not even he was doing something like that. He committed the crime in a most narrow portion of the road and was eventually driving like this. That's basically in the middle of the road. That's in the middle of the road. You don't do it. If you see the pedestrian here, you don't do that stuff. You take your side. Now, if the pedestrian is aware of you and he moves himself away like I did for this vehicle, that's one thing. But if the pedestrian is not aware as to what the guy with the vehicle who created the incident, Renault, exactly Megane, because I know, because the girl told me it's a Megane, except that this is a newer model. It was really funny. I think they make like this. She talked to me about this stuff, that it's a Megane, the same car, except that is. No, this is not a Megane. Let's see this stuff here. No. Yeah. Minivan, they call that a minivan. Renault Space. I don't think that this is a space. This is a shorter version of a space. It's a very beautiful car. This is a very, very beautiful car. Very, very beautiful car, this Renault. Very, very beautiful car. Hell, man. This is 2020. This is 2020. This guy was a religious buyer of this kind of cars, and he bragged during MK Ultra about this one is even quieter. This one is even quieter. Basically, I did not pay any attention to the incident that took place in front of our house because I did not recall any of that stuff. And fuck, I would not pay attention to this kind of stuff. But I am completely aware about what he did yesterday. So it was well calculated. It was well calculated. He always had a minivan like this on what exactly they're gonna do. So that's where I will be going through with this issue. It's not a Renault Space, this. I don't think it's a Renault Space. I don't know. There was the order. Oh, holy shit, man. No. We have this stuff here a lot in Slovenia. It's going to be better to consider this one. He's going to do it like this. Napredno iskanje. Yeah, okay, alright. This is here, it's going to be Renault. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take okay, carambolerano. Prastarnina motorja, moč motorja. Like this, that's what we're gonna do. So there you have all these cars, and I can easily demonstrate you. He did spoke to me during MK Ultra about the quietness of the car. Maybe it's a Scenic, I don't bloody know, but I don't think it's a Scenic. Scenic, whatever, or maybe it is. I don't know what kind of car that is. Finally, that's completely. It's a Space, no, a Scenic. I think it's a Scenic. I think yeah. I think it's a Scenic, not a Space. Yeah. I think it's a Scenic. I think the car is like the car that he used is something like this here that you see right here. So that kind of stuff. So. He was always very, very motivated in buying, obviously, as quiet, as silent as possible cars, which I love too about cars. I don't like noise. I love when a car is silent. A very good car from Renault. A very good car from Renault. Yeah, this is a very good car from Renault. Yeah, the three of you are going to be charged. Together with the father, who also observed this stuff, with attempted assassination attempt through the I'm just going to use tool known as a psychiatry. You love psychiatry, I'm going to use the psychiatry. And there is no worse charge than when proving that you were using a psychiatry to get me killed. They really believe that I'm going to go to the road here to his. I did spoke to you about Method Yerman. this individual here. This is rotten to the core. This is beyond rotten. Yeah, this one was always sure that I'm mentally ill. So good luck to you with that. He was just yeah, I don't care nothing about these issues. They were trying to press me that he tried to say in our house, tried to say that it was here when the road is wider and stuff. No, it did not happen where the road is wider there. It happened wherever he knew the road was the most narrower. I had a whole police team of people here brainwashing me. This guy knew exactly the stuff he was doing. So I'm going to do the job instead of the criminalists today. What the hell I was going to say about it. That's all I have to say in respect to this incident. So this is on time. So yeah, this is going to the police station directly. I am not going to be going to the police station. I'm going to email you, scum, because I have other more important stuff to do. But you have a lot of stuff to do. Maybe I'm going to stop at the police station to check on you. That I might do at my convenience. It would be very, very different if I would step to him toward his car. Oh, he said that. He said that he's gonna say that oh yeah, the guy was also mentally ill. Yeah, talking about the mental illness. It's like this. I yet need to figure out how I'm gonna stop this. I have never seen stuff like that yet. If you observe, never had this issue in my life. So I don't know how that stuff is, but the screen changed into from having all this stuff on the bottom to the upper area. I have not seen stuff like this in my lifetime. The truth is I don't use the mouse, and since they disabled me a touchpad on the laptop, I am now forced using a mouse. They were playing with a mouse too, and so I don't know. I just never had this in my life. I haven't seen anything like this yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to close the recording right from here. Now, this guy is definitely also a mentally ill individual because he did realize, he saw it, that I did not go to what they insist, say, oh, you're mentally ill, you're gonna go up there to his entrance to talk to him and stuff like this. No. That just did not happen. Let me demonstrate you what exactly happened again. That's not going to be any kind of mistakes. Maybe I did step to where the tires are from the Clio, and maybe I did. Maybe I went up to there to talk to him, and that's all there is. So he saw something that did not exist. That's called mental illness. You're so close, you're going to fuck somebody for a lifetime, that you see something that just doesn't exist. That's basically you saw me yesterday coming at your entrance, and that gave you the right to go literally behind your garage on the neighbor even side to fight me, to create this incident, psychiatric incident. Then you are a schizo, my friend. Then you have problems. You definitely have problems. You have a lot of problems, but it's possible you also have mental problems. Yeah, it's not exactly the best one to hire for this kind of job. I would say to the police, next time you have to hire somebody more. We're going to take a date and time here. You have to take somebody with more common sense. Although he did complete high school, I remember that he did complete high school, he had serious problems with high school in the school, for which also I was guilty and again was using me to improve his grades through the teachers. This is the way this stuff went. He did complete the high school. He might even have maybe he even continued with the faculty. I don't know. I should say faculty, to become an engineer or something like that. I don't know what the issue is, but he was not exactly the brightest one either. So this was done on August morning hours. This is what I want you to acknowledge. That's all. I gotta go to see my father as fast as possible, even if I'm gonna make it to him. How much I hate this stuff, really I hate it, but it's very, very important also to add something else to this stuff. Man, I hate it when I have to add some information. It appears to me that it was another Scenic, not Megane, that he used to own. There was something like this, that he liked this kind of cars. This was one of the cars that he owned, because the girl, really, man, if you look at this car here, if you look at this car here, or you look, let's just go like this. I'm gonna do it like that, and you have what is known as a Megane. And take the cheapest one, those older generations. That's the car that lady had yesterday. That's the car I liked also. She, it kind of a look like, no, I mean, the other one and this one. I mean, it's not really the way it looks like, but this here, what I stated right now about issue of we're going to write this down, because this is also what's going to play a major part in it. One is Scenic, the other one is a Space, and the other one is older, Megane. Megane. This was a major issue. This girl here behind our house, who would only see me during MK Ultra, she by mistake she gestured that is the same thing, that it's Megane, that is like Megane, and I wasn't paying attention to that stuff either. During MK Ultra, I didn't have no reason to dream about any cars, you know, really, that I would just go out of blue. If I was watching cars, I was doing this stuff to basically remind myself there is life out there that is worth to fight. This issue of the Renault cars, I was even told, you're not paying attention to Renault, you're not paying attention to Renault, and so on. And so the female police officer was obsessed also with this idea and figured out that's also mental illness. Yes, that's also mental illness, because you don't know which one is, and I did not even pay attention to this here yet. It's called a Space. A Space, like the one that I demonstrated you. They were, police officers were so obsessed with this issue of this, how the cars look like, which one is, but in this case, these are older models of a Space, which was one of my favorite cars, Renault Space, and because I refer to his Scenic cars as a Space, right? A Space. Because I refer to these cars as a Space, to this Scenic as a Space, not really as a Space, but no, I did not refer to this as a Space. Yeah, and maybe I did, I don't know. They figure out, actually no, I think it was this one that I refer to as a Space. This here is what I refer to as a Space. And they were calling me, no, you are Space, like basically Shupla Glava, you know, you are butthead. Basically, you have air inside of your head. Yeah, you are the one. She figured out that this can easily be interpreted as a mental illness, because you would not even, obviously when I would be creating a report like this, I would not even discern between the names of the cars. That's what she was very certain about. So she had me for a borderline retarded individual, which is actually even worse for her. If you take the most expensive one, because of these models here, the newer models, yeah, and they kind of look like the car that I demonstrated, like the one that I demonstrated you earlier, just like this. Very, very similar maybe to the model which I demonstrated you earlier. The design of the space, which is, sorry, of the Scenic, very, very similar to Renault Espace. The Renault Espace would look like this here. I hate doing this shit, but yeah, it's an important factor. It's very important for me to stress this out. You see it? You see what I mean? So very similar from the rear, from the front. We're gonna do this, and she believed that this is mental illness when it applies to me. I'm mentally ill because of this issue. Yeah, she probably is mentally ill herself, I would say. But yeah, Igor Jurčić, director Igor Jurčić of Novo Mesto police station, was even labeled by Americans when he was a child as mentally ill individual, like borderline, and it's what angered him enormously. So this is a space here, Scenic, Space, Megane. There you go. Scenic, Renault Space, Renault Megane. Yeah, this is the issue that she was obsessed with. That can also be used as a proof that I'm mentally retarded. Sure, and if I was making erratic statements, stupid shit, and mistaking the names of these cars and stuff like that, back and forth, you know, for her that's a psychiatric diagnosis. Something is wrong with you. You're mentally ill and dangerous to the environment. If the guy was so concerned for his children, safety, well-being, he should have gone inside of the house and called the police. Instead, he decided to stalk me and assault me physically. So this guy is of no example to anybody. He is actually a threat to society. This guy is and should be considered as dangerous to society. If you have a children, that doesn't mean that you are safe. That doesn't mean that you are normal. Anybody can do it.